What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today we're going to be talking about how it would be a mistake for the New Orleans Pelicans to engage in trade talks for Kevin Durant, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, Kevin Durant has met with the Brooklyn Nets once again, and he has made it very clear that he still wants to be traded. His top destinations are still the Phoenix Suns and the Miami Heat. And with that being said, reports have come out that the New Orleans Pelicans are still interested in the superstar, and they could be the favorites to land Kevin Durant because they can put together the best package. And we know what the Brooklyn Nets are asking for: an all-star caliber player with rotational pieces and draft compensation. The New Orleans Pelicans can put together a package around Brandon Ingram with some of their rotation guys, and they also have the draft compensation. And I know it can be intriguing to trade for a guy like Kevin Durant, pair him up with Zion Williamson, but in this video we're going to be talking about why this would be a mistake for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, Kevin Durant is one of the most dangerous offensive weapons in the history of all sports, and now we're talking about pairing him with a guy like Zion Williamson and then having CJ McCollum on the back end. Now, this does sound very intriguing for the New Orleans Pelicans, but at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, would this trade be worth it for the New Orleans Pelicans? And even though Kevin Durant, he is still a superstar in this league, he can still score the ball from anywhere on the basketball court, but I think it's safe to say over these last 3 years he has raised a couple of red flags. Now, there are three things that come to my mind that cause for concern when it comes to the superstar Kevin Durant. Number one is his health. In the 2019 NBA Finals, he suffered that gruesome Achilles heel injury, and it has taken a huge toll on his physical health. There has been 3 NBA seasons since that year, and Kevin Durant has only suited up for 86 games. So that's one thing to worry about, is the availability of Kevin Durant. And then secondly, we look at his age, and I want to compare it to Brandon Ingram, since they will be the two main players in this deal. KD is 34 years of age. We don't know how much longer his prime is going to be. I know his game is based solely on pure skill, but you got to consider those injuries. And then Brandon Ingram is just 24 years of age, and it seems like he's tapping into his potential, and nobody knows just how good he is going to be. So I feel like you will be giving up on a lot of youth and potentially a lot of great basketball. And lastly, this is the biggest red flag when it comes to Kevin Durant. We look at the way that he's been treated since he joined the Brooklyn Nets in 2019. They signed him to a max contract knowing he was out dealing with an Achilles injury. They put that much faith into him. They let him bring in Kyrie Irving, and whatever move they made as a franchise, they made sure Kevin Durant signed off on it. And we get to this offseason, and as soon as the Brooklyn Nets get struck with some adversity, soon as something happened that KD doesn't like, he packs his bags and he demands for a trade. So if you're the New Orleans Pelicans, you got to think, is this something I want to risk, giving up Brandon Ingram, giving up potentially guys like Herbert Jones or Dyson Daniels, and then additional draft compensation, and we risk Kevin Durant quitting on us in the middle of his contract? That's something that the New Orleans Pelicans will have to consider, and this is why I think they should stay away from Kevin Durant. Now, we've talked about why the New Orleans Pelicans should stay away from Kevin Durant. Now we're going to be talking about why they should definitely keep Brandon Ingram, and there's a bunch of reasons why. And I want to look back to their most recent playoff series against the Phoenix Suns, and this was actually Brandon Ingram's first playoff series. And I feel like one of the biggest ways to measure how truly good an NBA player is if they can go into another mode or take their game to the next level in the postseason, and that's exactly what we saw from Brandon Ingram. In the postseason, postseason, he put up 27 points per game to go along with 5 assists and 6 rebounds. And he also had 3 games where he went for 30 plus points. So Brandon Ingram, I feel like him going on that playoff run, that's going to open up his confidence level and take it even higher. And I feel like he's poised for a breakout season. Also, Brandon Ingram is just 24 years of age, and I think he has so much room to get better, and he's nowhere near his prime. Players don't usually hit their prime until age 27, 28. That's when they're at their absolute apex. So we look at how good Brandon Ingram is now. Imagine how good he'll be when he gets to age 27 or 28. And then lastly, Brandon Ingram is the closest thing that we have to Kevin Durant in the NBA today. We're talking about a guy who stands at 6'9" with a 7'3" wingspan, and he can score the basketball from any area on the court. And just like Kevin Durant, he's the most lethal in the mid-range area. When Brandon Ingram is getting to his spot and he's starting to heat up and get into that rhythm, there's literally nothing you can do about it. He can shoot it with a hand in his face, shoot it over the double team. He can shoot the mid-range out of the post. He's just a very lethal mid-range shooter. It's just too much length to contest any of his shots, and if he got it going, there's nothing you can do about it. And also, he's gotten really good at finishing at the rim. He's put on some strength to be able to withstand contact at the rim and finish through it. And what I love about him now is that he will go up and punch it on anybody. And he's also evolved as a playmaker, really good in the pick and roll as a passer, great in transition as a passer, and he's also good out of double teams as a passer. So he has a complete offensive game, and he's only going to continue to get better. So this is why I don't think the Pelicans should engage in this trade, because they have something really special with Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans also have something special going as a team. As the roster is currently constructed, I think they're going to be one of the more dangerous teams in the NBA next season. They have a very unique roster. They have 3 elite scorers in CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson. They have a very solid big man in Jonas Valanciunas. They have a generational defender in Herb Jones, and they have so many key rotation pieces. They have guys like Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, just a bunch of guys that can provide productive minutes. And they also have something special off the court, and it's one of the things I love about this team. Last season, they went through their own unique adversity, got off to a very rough start, and Coach Willie Green was able to keep the fire lit in these guys. They did not give up on the season. They did the impossible by literally defying all the odds, and they made the NBA playoffs. And I think when you achieve things like that as a team, it creates a real brotherhood, a real camaraderie. And you see that with the New Orleans Pelicans. When these guys interact with each other on the court and off the court, you can tell they love to be around each other. And I think that's something you should not break up. But those are my thoughts on the whole situation. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments section. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.